Key statutory and regulatory requirements for real estate agents based on the 6 key milestones. The purpose of the 6 milestones within the real estate transaction is to provide a structured framework for the progression, along with the completion of a sale process. Each different milestone serves a unique purpose that helps with the success and transparency of the transaction. Our first case is with licensees Andrew Miller and Shane Coote for failure to provide satisfactory conduct. The second case is with licensee Andrew Rankin against agency Tremaine Real Estate Wairarapa.
Engaging in a vendor client is an important step in the process of real estate agent selling a vendor's home. With this contract between two parties, there are some obligations that you must work with when dealing with a client. A licensee must communicate and regularly connect with their client to keep the client well informed on how the process is going and less informed not to by the client. The second milestone for an agent is taking the vendors to the property market. It is also important for an agent to gain all the information about the house before the sale. This includes bad and good, because withholding information from a future purchaser is illegal in selling it. However, it isn't the agent's job to find faults with the house, but you still need to be clear with your vendor that they need to tell you everything about the property. Receiving offers is a crucial part in the milestone process. During the buying process, buyers may add conditions and offers. However, you don't have to take into consideration every single sale, nor do you have to accept your first offer. As an agent, if someone you know personally makes an offer to your client, a written consent form is needed from your client to make sure that they allow it and agree to this. This is because this could be considered a conflict of interest.
Fourth milestone is entry into agreement of sale purchase for a selected purchaser. Here an offer is accepted and a sale and purchase agreement is drafted. Your role here is to communicate between both parties and make sure they're both in agreement. Negotiations, special conditions, and due diligence must be facilitated through you before the agreement is signed, as it is legally binding. The next milestone is payment of a deposit. This involves the transaction directly from the purchaser to you as an agent. The amount is specified in the SPA. You are responsible for putting this money in a trust and keeping it secure, and you must follow all regulations and provide receipt and documentation to give to the purchaser. You will need to communicate between the two parties until the deposit is given to the vendor and after conditions and date are met. The final milestone is settlement for a sale of a property. The settlement date is stated in the SPA and is the handover of possession. Your role here is to communicate and facilitate this handover, as well as keeping records for future use. Here are our key references.
Case studies are a powerful tool that allow us to dive deep into real-world situations, giving us useful understanding about what has happened in the past with previous agents. The first case study we will embark on is a situation where two agents being found guilty of unsatisfactory conduct. The licensees, Andrew Miller and Shane Coote, were advertising a property for a 4-bedroom house that they had marketed and advertised to open viewers. The issue that had arisen in this case was that there was a complaint made based on the sizing of 2 of the bedrooms listed not meeting the requirements to legally be labeled as a bedroom. It was noticed that 2 of the rooms being advertised, the ceilings weren't at a height requirement to classify it as a bedroom, to mislead their viewers. A case was made upon this complaint and later made accurate that the property was only a 2-bedroom house. A decision was made that the licensees were found guilty of breaching the Code of Conduct and Client Care rules due to their advertising being misleading. This led to both licensees being fined and charged. Another case study is based on a licensee's and agency's misconduct. In this case study, the licensee Andrew Rankin and his agency Tremaine Real Estate Wairarapa had been found guilty of misconduct for forging the signatures and initials of vendors on 6 different agency agreements. The tribunal had also found the agency guilty for misconduct, as well as they did not report Andrew's misconduct. Both parties were guilty under Real Estate Agents Act 2007 under many sections such as Section 73, Serious Negligence, Section 3, Purpose of Act, and Section 73A, regarded as disgraceful, and many more. The licensee pled guilty to the charges and was ordered to pay a number of fines, as well as an order that no agency may employ or engage with the licensee for a period of 5 years. Thank you for joining us on an opportunity to learn more about the introduction to real estate and some of its few theories and practices.